Grand risings, my darlings. How are we all doing today? I hope that we're all doing absolutely swell. I sure am. Slowly working through life, and we're getting there. I woke up so late this morning. I was woken up around about my normal time. And then I slept in for another 4 hours, so I'm really behind schedule today. I managed to make the videos that I wanted to make, so that's good. But yeah, we're just behind fucking schedule. Hey ho. Hey ho. We get there. We're getting there. But yeah. If you own your own business, don't wake up late. Literally. Hello, Alicia. How are you, my darling? But yeah, if you run a business, stay awake, like at the right times. Don't go back to sleep. You're still tired? So am I. So am I. I'm absolutely knackered today. Of course you can get added for a mod read. Let me just do a couple of yes or no's first. And then I'll start the readings. Good afternoon, Oak. Oh, Oak, you know how like you've had to complete missions on Call of Duty to get the after whatever game mode it was? We get it for free now. I didn't have to earn it once. Also, yes, I know we're slightly off angle, I don't know why. But it was worth doing as the campaign was great fun. I hate the campaign. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but no, I don't like campaign. Will Lambert soon visit and apologise? Yes, my darling, yes. I feel like they will soon visit and I feel like they will apologise, okay, boo? You had a great time on it, lol. I do like, however, the new I don't get it. Why is it making it look like everything is so off-centered? It's like angled. I don't know. The new guns are good. Will you become his wife? Let's see. Let's see. You will, my darling, yes. I feel like you will. Will you hear from Beth this weekend? Let's see. Oh, let's see. I feel like you will, my darling, yes. Okay, you will. An itchy inner ear. Does anyone else get that? Trouble is, I have to be careful. I'm going to stab my nail into my eardrum. Will you pass your B1 German language exam? Result is coming December the 15th. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like you will, but I don't feel like it's the right direction to be doing it. Okay, I feel like there's better directions that you could be taking, but you will still pass it, so yes. I just don't think it's good for you. Is it now over between Lambert and the third party? Yes. I feel it is within the next 2 days. Okay, it is within the next 2 days. Right, I've done my yes no's. Do I have Alicia? Thank you, Brad. You're next to. Do I have Alicia? Hello, Boo. What would you like your reading on? Or do you want like a general? Reading you and JJ? We can do that. We can do that. I'm going to use Oracle. I don't know why. I just feel like fortune telling with Oracle today. Just want to know if he's worth the time. Okay. We can definitely look at that. Hello, Sirani. I feel like he is worth the time, my darling, as I feel like it is going to create positive relationships between the both of you. What I would also say here for you as well, my darlings, I feel like he's going to become more open. I feel like he's going to become more close to you. What I would also say here as well is I feel like he does believe in the both of you, and I feel like he does believe that the both of you could work. I feel like he's looking for new opportunities. I feel like his communication's going to get better as well. What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he is going to be in a better stage for the next few weeks, okay? What I would say here is I would say it's your positivity. I would say you're thinking, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. So you're manifesting it not working. Okay, so what I would say here is try and move away from that negative mindset and move into that more positive mindset, my darling. Okay, more of that positive way, okay? Because I feel like he is coming in and he is coming in for a better relationship with you. He's coming in to make it easier between the both of you. And he's coming in to make it work between the both of you. And I feel like he really does want to make it work this time as he knows it can work. He knows that it can be suitable. And I feel like he will be loyal. Yes, I feel like he will be. Okay, my darling. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, I feel like he is going to be loyal with you, and I feel like he is going to stick by your side no matter what. I feel like he's going to be very resourceful for you. I feel like he's going to be very clear with you. I feel like you need to listen to yourself a little bit more, though. Okay, listen to your intuition. Okay, my darling, as I do feel like that is going to help you out. What I would say here is I feel like he's coming in as quickly as he can, but I feel like you're holding yourself back. It's almost like you don't believe in this relationship between you two, or it's almost like you don't want to believe in this relationship between the both of you. Even though you know it could work, I feel like you're still holding yourself back because you're there like, what happens if it doesn't work? And I feel like you're getting into your head. Okay. What I would say here is yes, protection is really good for you and protection can help you out. I feel like you need to look at what protection you're giving yourself or what you're doing to yourself to make yourself not actually believe. And I feel in this situation is you've got to believe more in yourself for things to actually succeed. Because at the end of the day, a relationship works two-way, and I feel like that is what you've got to realise. Okay, my darling? Okay. I feel like you guys will get together within the next week. Okay. I feel like you guys will get together in the next week. Okay. But you have to believe that you're going to be together within the next week, my darling. You have to trust that you're going to be together within the next week. I love my angel cards. These are the cards. These are my first ever. This is my first ever deck. I'm sorry, but look at what that says. Within the next few weeks. I think that's enough said. I think that just says it all for itself. I feel like that just says it all in itself, to be quite frank. I feel like that's getting close to dating. I wouldn't say it's going to be dating within the next few weeks, but that's going to be like when the contact actually starts working. Okay. You guys are just going through the recovery stage. This is where you're just regaining yourself, regaining yourself. A year from now, you'll be in the actual relationship, and I feel like he's going to take action. You need to forgive and stop worrying, my darling. Okay, you need to forgive and stop worrying. Okay, worrying isn't going to help you out. You just need to start forgiving yourself a little bit more. Okay, as you go into this new direction, as you go into this new place, this new way, okay, is when the trust comes your way, is when you start believing. Okay, and the more you believe means the more success you will have. Okay, my darling, once you believe in that is the time that you will go. Okay. And I feel like you guys will succeed, my darling. Okay. Does that make sense? Exactly, you manifested him, he came. Well, I'm glad that made sense. You manifested, he came. Still yawning today. Right, do I have Brad? You're very welcome, my darling. Do I have Brad? Hello, Brad. Do you have a question or is it just a general today? Just while I choose the deck for you to turn into a 22 card deck. Because as much as I like the cards are already 22 cards, I don't want to use any of those decks today. Got a different mindset today, I don't know what to use. He will be coming near Christmas, Alicia, yes. You know we have like so many decks. He started talking to David. He's Italian and Polish. Ooh, and 45. You like him, but careful what cards show with this connection. How old are you, my darling? Because I have a feeling there's an age gap scarce here. And one of you is a little bit scared of the age gap. You're 32, so is it you that's more scared of the age gap, or do you think it's him? Because I've got the words age gap scared straight in my head. One of yous is scared of the age gap. Honey, if you're 32, you ain't immature. Just saying. Just saying. If you make it to 32, you're definitely not immature. Why is he scared? He wouldn't be scared on an age gap. I mean, love is love at the end of the day, but when it's an age gap, it can be a little scary. If you think about it. Because at the end of the day, you're born at different times, and you might not necessarily like what the other person does. So, it can be scary. Can be being the key word. You just gotta learn not to be. Wasn't the deck that I wanted, but I can't find it. Tell I think I just found it. Hey ho. Got this one now. I read that as your silly golf ball. Tell me you have dyslexia without telling me you got dyslexia. I'll go first. I read it as a golf ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There you go. Joking, if you want to know what to expect in love this month, that is a 33-33, my darling. Okay, good morning. So, Brad, my dearest darling, so is it like an energy check, energy vibe, feels check, that sort of thing? What's going to happen with you two, where you two are going? Is it going to work out? What to be worried about, what to look out for, all of that juicy stuff. Is that correct? Did I see the update now? Hi, Queen. Yes, Brewer. Let's have a look at what you get there. Hello, Max. So, what I would say here for you, my darling, is I don't think, for the heart of me, I don't think the age gap is a massive scarce here. Okay, I feel like, yes, at first you might have thought, a little bit scared. I don't think it's the immaturity. I feel with the age gap, it's more, are you guys going to have the same sort of understandings, the same sort of feelings? And I feel like that's what he's more scared about, my darling, more than anything. What I would say here is I feel like he's got a lot of trust with you. I feel like he really does trust you, and I feel like he really does see you as a mature person. He sees that you can be immature sometimes, but I wouldn't say he sees a negative in that. He just sees you as living life to the whole, living life to the full. Okay. So what I would say here is no, that is not the negative. Thank you for the roses, my darling. Okay, that is not the negative here. What I would say here for you, my darling, is I feel like he's trying to open up. I feel like he's trying to be as clear as he can. I feel like he does want the relationship to work, and I feel like he does care about the relationship. What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's going to become more open with the relationship as well. At the same time, what I'd also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's going to become closer with you. He's going to become closer by your side with you as well in the relationship. And I feel like there is going to be that close connection between the both of you. At the same time, what I'd also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel there's only two people, Brad and another one. What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's mostly looking for balance in the relationship. I think that that is what he is mostly scared about, is the balance. Um, yeah, trying to balance it out. I think the one thing that he is most definitely scared of is what other people would think about the age gap. Okay, so it's not necessarily will you two work completely or are you too immature? It's what other people think. I do think he is self conscious upon other people and what other people see in him, what other people think about him. Okay, he likes a reputation and he doesn't want a bad reputation. So what I would say here is I feel like that is more what he is. Excuse me. That is what he is more scared of, okay, my darling, is the reputation of that one is perceived as. Okay. What I would say here is I feel like he does feel like it could work and he does feel like it will work. At the same time, what I'd also say here is if he feels like it is going to be an honest relationship, okay? I feel it could work, especially with the Italian side. I feel like that is most high for you. I feel like that will work the most with you. Okay, my darling, is the Italian side. Okay, which is the passionate side, which is good with fashion. We all know Italians are good cooks, good fashion. Okay, hello, Susie, my darling. Okay, so we do know that we have that positive here as well. Okay, what I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he is going to be very close. Okay, hello, thank you for the gifts. He is going to be very close as well. I feel like he is a big family guy as well, my darling, so I feel like he does love family. Um, I feel like he would like to have a family himself. Okay. He's also gorgeous and very attracted to him. Ah, okay. So a bit like a metrosexual, which I thought was someone that wanted to identify being a train. Turns out it's someone that takes good care of themselves and is really into making themselves look the best. Whoops. What I would say here, though, is I don't see that he's a judgmental sort of person, so he's not going to judge you for the way you look or the way you are, my darling. What he will judge you on is how you act around people. But your looks, I don't see many, him being very, judgmental. Okay. What I would say here, though, is he can be a bit of a stubborn git. What's his star sign? But he's got an Aries stubbornness here. Does he have any Aries in him? I'm a big family guy too and want marriage one day. I feel like he wants marriage one day, but I also feel like he wants a family as well. But he is one of those people where he won't have a family unless you're married. Okay. He's gone into the bit of like the marriage side of things before family. Okay. He has gone a bit old fashioned. Okay, my darling. Um I think that's what creates a good connection between the both of you. Thank you, Alicia, for the butterfly flowers. Thank you, Boo. Thank you for the roses as well. How will he perceive with other people? What do you mean by that, Boo? Like, how will he act around other people? Is that what you mean? Don't know sign yet. That's all right. He judges that, he's saying. Oh, yeah, so when he judges my. Thank you for the level up. When he judges my darling, it's how you act around other people. So, how you are with other people is what he will judge you on. It won't be how you look or what your clothes are or your fashion sense. We all know your fashion sense can be a little up and down sometimes, depending on your mental mood. It's more how you're going to act around people because he doesn't want someone that's going to be an absolute asshole, basically. So I feel like he's going to be quite judgmental on how people act and how you act. But other than that, that's the only time he becomes judgmental. Okay. So what I would say here is if you're around his friends, is don't act like an absolute twat. Okay, give them a chance. Okay. Basically just be yourself. You're a lovely person. You've got a great personality, so let him see it. Okay. Don't do what some of the people that he's dated in the past, which is where they try and act all cool and where they try and be like, oh, look at me, I'm the big bee's knees and shit. Okay. You don't want it to be like that, okay, my darling? And I feel like that's what he's slightly scared of as well, is that sort of thing, because he notices people change around him and not always for the better. Okay. So he wants you to be yourself and wants you to act yourself, my darling. What I would also say at this as well, my sweet, is I feel like he is going to be close by your side no matter what. We did the moon and the wheel of fortune next to each other, so yeah, he's trying to get out of the dark situation. He's trying to get into the lovey-dovey sort of situation, the one where it's worth his time. Okay, I think he wants. And it looks like that's what he wants, my darling. What I would say here with the tower as well, I can't pick my cards up. What I would say here with the tower as well, my darling, is I feel like he's done having his tower moment. I feel like he wants more now. He wants more in the relationship. He needs more in the relationship, my darling. So I feel like that is what he's going to be going with, is more in the relationship. At the same time, I'd also say here is I feel like he does have a lot on his plate, so his communication might be a little bit slow as well in the next recent weeks as we come up to Christmas. So I do feel we do see a little bit of slow connection. This isn't going to be necessarily bad, and it's not going to be how he is all the time. I feel like this is just how he is when it gets near Christmas. He's focusing on family more than anything else, so the communication might be a little bit down. I don't see the communication being a complete negative, though. Okay, thank you for the follow. So what I would say here is don't worry. Okay, don't worry. If it doesn't go right straight away, let him be. Okay. Okay. Let him be. Because he's gonna be fine. Okay. He's gonna be fine. What I would say here, though, with you, my darling, is he wants you to enjoy yourself as well. Okay. He doesn't expect you to be in complete conversation 24/7. Okay. But he still wants a little bit of conversation. Okay. Once Christmas is over, the communication will pick up once again. It'll become better once again. And what I would say here is there will be an apology. He will apologize for low communication. He will give you the excuse, but it is the truth. Okay. And he will say these exact words is, I'm not going to make an excuse for my poor communication, and I am sorry about it. Okay. But he will remind you that he does run a business. Okay. So what I would say here is just trust. Okay, just trust him and you'll be fine. Okay, my darling, you'll be fine. What I would also say here with this as well, my darling, is I feel like he's going to be as open as he can. Okay, he's going to be as open as he can and as clear as he can. Okay. And I feel like he's not the sort of person that wants to hold secrets from you, wants to hold feelings from you. He is not that sort of person. And I feel like he wants to make everything work as quick as possible. Okay, thank you for the lovely gifts, my darling. He wants to make things work as quick as possible. Okay, and he will. Okay, he will. Okay. How will his feelings be for you in the next coming months? Let's see. Thank you, Fast Pops, my darling. Let's see. Ooh. Right, I feel like his feelings are going to become more popular with you, my darling, and you'll see him showing affection towards you. Okay. What I would say here is you'll see the affection through his feelings and what he says in texts. Okay, when you guys meet, you'll see his feelings in person as he shows the affection by hugging, kissing, okay, and just being close. Okay, my darling. You will see that he is very passionate with his hands as well. He is your typical Italian, and you will see him using his hands a lot around you, giving you hugs, giving you nice little gestures as well, my darling. So you will see that as well in the relationship, okay? What I would also say of you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's going to be as clear as day, okay, in his feelings towards you, okay, my darling? He's going to be as clear as day, clearer than anything, okay? As I feel like that is just the way he is. He shows everything with a clear intention, okay, and clear intent as well. What I would also say of this as well, my dear, is I feel like he's going to show his truth around you, and I feel like his friends are going to accept you as well, my darling, no matter what. I feel like his friends will be by your side as well, even whether it's financial, emotional, whatever support you need, they'll be there. If you are his friend or his partner, you are their friend or you are their partner. Okay, it is family. Okay, my darling. Whether you're just friends, you're still family, even if it's not by blood. Okay, in him, everyone is family. Okay? Does that make sense? Aye, that does sound like a nice relationship. What does he like about you? Let's have a look. I feel like he does enjoy your balance, your dialogue, the fact that you are a hard-working person. I feel like he could imagine you even without a photo. Like he can imagine you by your where you talk, he can imagine the scent that you would carry through what shower gel or what perfume you might use. Like, he can vividly imagine you, so it's almost like he can see you in person. Like, if you don't see each other for, let's say, 5 weeks, it would still feel like you are there with him, my darling. Okay, so even if there's an absence, he can still see you, he can still feel you. Okay, and he can still feel close to you. And I feel like this makes him feel lovely. Okay. Okay. He did say that he senses I smell good. I don't know if that feels creepy or if that's cute. I am not gonna lie. Then again, I do watch a lot of horror movies, so if someone did say that, I would be getting an exorcist. I'm sorry, but I do watch a lot of horror. I would be calling an exorcist at that point. But no, I feel like there is that true love there. Okay, my darling, and it's almost like a clairsentient. Like, he could literally pick you up by scent without even knowing what your scent is. Okay. But it came across sweet though, and compliment. So yeah, take it as a compliment. You don't watch as much horror as me, my darling, so take it as the compliment. I personally wouldn't, but I would be creeped out, but that is because I watch too much horror. But no, take it as sweet because I feel like it is. Okay, and I feel like he does truly care. Okay. Okay. So what I would say here is there is that true love. Okay, my darling. And he just likes you for you and who you are, and the fact that you are a real person. Okay, that you act real, that you become real, and that you don't fall into the system. Okay, so I feel like he enjoys that about you as well, my sweet. Okay, boo? Does that all make sense? Remember, guys, we are getting close to the end of the year, so one of the best readings you can go for is a year ahead reading, which is 143.33, which is your 12 months of the year. Okay, we go through all 12 months. Okay, that is one of the best ones that you can get nearer to the end of the year as we get. Yes, being myself, and he saw me in my uniform of flight attendant. Oh, that's lovely. What were his thoughts on FaceTime call? This will have to be the last one, my darling, because I do have other people. Okay, boo. Let's see. What were his thoughts of FaceTime call? Let's see. Oh, I feel like he really did enjoy the FaceTime call. Okay. He enjoyed seeing you, and this is going to sound really odd. Please don't judge me in how I say this. But he enjoyed the way you look. Okay, enjoyed your face, he enjoyed the top half of the body. Okay, he enjoyed seeing you. Okay, although it wasn't in person, he still enjoyed the actual seeing of you. Okay, which gave him a sense of knowing, okay, this is a real person, it's not a fucking bot trying to scam me. Okay, so he did enjoy that as well, because he knows he's not going to get scammed by you. Okay, so he did see a sense of enjoyment there. He did see a sense of love there. Okay, and a lot of passion. Okay, he can tell that you're a very passionate person as well, my darling. A very joyful person as well. Okay. What I would also say here for you as well, my sweetie, is I feel like he could see you're very balanced. He could sense a little bit of worry in you though. Okay, he could sense that you were slightly worried. Not for bad reason, but because you wanted to make a perfect impression. So we could see a little bit of worry inside of you. Okay. Good morning, my darling. Or good afternoon from me, my darling. Okay, so there was that worry there. Okay. He didn't see that was bad because that was just you showing you. That was just you showing your true emotion. Okay. So I feel you gave a very impressive first impression, my darling. So what I would say here for you, to be quite frank, is if this was a business and you were trying to become his business partner, you would be his business partner. Without a doubt. Okay. So what I would say here is you, I would say, have passed. Okay, you have passed. Okay, my darling? Does that all make sense? It may be reception. Honey, I think you'd be working in his office with him. In many ways. You'll be doing the hoovering. I'll let you take that as you will for your mind. Let's see if you can work it out. Queen has. Queen, see what I mean by that? Hello, Tia. Well, hopefully. You will, my darling. Keep thinking positive. You'll be fine, Boo, okay? Keep thinking positive. Okay, my darling. I'm glad that made sense, though. I do have Queen next as well, by the way. Yes. Take time with it, my darling. Believe in it. Okay, believe in it. Okay. And don't become as tired as I am. I don't know where the rest of this deck is. I really don't know where the rest of this deck is, but okay. I think I turned it into a 22 card. Hello. I don't know where the other 22 parts of the cards has gone. You and Vu, Tim, next week we can do that. I think I need to downsize my rings. And how big the head is on them. Just saying. I don't do mediumship, my darling. I'm sorry to say. So if you wanted a mini reading, it wouldn't be mediumship way. It would just be like your future fortune telling. Or tough love sort of shit. Ha ha, Queen. I mean, Queen, look how big this is. Keep whacking that on my jaw. It's like the same sort of size as that. It's very big, that's what she said. Queen, what do I want to use in you? Have those. No, apologise, my darling. You weren't to know. You don't need to apologise for not knowing about something. As I always say, if you don't know something, don't apologise for not knowing. Okay. Good afternoon, my darling. I gotta think of a name here, but what's the date today? 5th, isn't it? Remember, guys, link in bio if you like a reading. If you're on Big O, then it's let me know what sort of reading you would like, and I can tell you how much it is. Okay. Yes or no to be done after the readings, my darlings? Okay. Monica, you must be in Australia then. I'm good, thank you, my darling. Melbourne, oh, nice, nice. Are you a psychic reader? Yes, I am. I've got 21,600 followers on TikTok. I do this as a living. I go to events, you name it, I do it. So, Queen, can I just have your question down again, please, my darling? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the heart me. Hello, Killian, how are you, boo? Hello, Queen. Was it about Rue this week? You and Rue for the rest of the week, going into next week, is that correct? Where am I from? I'm from the UK. I am. Yes, brilliant. Thanks for the you are awesome. So let's see what's going to be happening with you and Rue for the next week. Right, instantly we have some sexting coming for you, my darling. Okay, I feel like there's going to be some fun and naughty photos coming. We do see an apology coming within the next 2 days from him, my darling, and we do see him becoming more open with you. What I would say here is I feel like he's going to want to meet you within the next 3.5 days, my darling. It feels like he wants to meet you from a more like a, how do I put it nicely? Bit of lunch. Let's put it that way. It's not going to stay as lunch, though. Okay. Let's put it that way. There's definitely going to be some sausage involved. London by chance? No, I'm not from London, my darling. I am going to London next week, though. For one day doing a meet-up with some people. With you guys. Okay. So what I would also say here for you as well, my sweet, is not just you and Rue, but I do see some money coming in for you from your work. I still feel like you're going to keep your job. That's still playing on your mind. Okay, why is your job still playing on your mind, my darling? Get it off your mind. Remove it from your mind. Okay, stop worrying about it. Okay. Who doesn't love an extra sausage after lunch? Good lord. Okay, you need to, like, look. You worrying about your job is creating negative manifestations. The more negative manifestations you have, the more negative relationships you're going to get. Okay, so we need to stay positive, okay, my darling? So, what I would say here is manifest that you two are going to work. Manifest it's going to happen between the both of you. Okay, my darling. Manifest, 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 manifest. Okay, and keep it manifesting. Keep it going. Okay, keep the success, my darling. Okay, and you will succeed. What I would also say for you as well, my darling, is I feel like you need to be more honest with yourself in the relationship as well. Okay, because I feel like Rue is trying to be as honest as he can, but he can tell that you are still hiding certain things. Okay, you're still hiding part of your past. It feels like you don't want people to understand what's actually going on. You don't always want people to see everything that has happened. So I feel like sometimes you might hide your past as well. It's almost like just so people don't understand it or see it. And I feel like it's because you're a bit ashamed, okay, of it, or you're slightly embarrassed of it. Okay, a relationship isn't going to work if you keep having embarrassment, if you keep hiding due to embarrassment, okay, my darling? It just isn't going to work. What I would say here is I feel like he really does want a good connection with you. I feel like he really does want the connection to work with you. And I feel it will. In the next week, I feel like you're going to see a massive change between you two for the better. Okay, my darling, does that make sense? Finally. Yeah, that makes sense, babe. Waited 8 months for this. I know, my darling. I know, I know, I know. Trust me. I've been hearing about it for 8 months. Trust me, I know. Hello, my darling. Been hearing it for 8 months. Queen. Queen, you have... You have 25 minutes left, my darling. In your bank. Okay. You're welcome, my darling. Do I have Michelle next? Remember, guys, if we do get a TikTok universe, the whole live does become free. It does, so do remember that. Hello, Michelle. What would you like your reading on, boo? This deck doesn't want to go in anymore. There we go. Sent your question via PayPal. Let's have a look. I know you're still here, Alicia. I know you are, boo. I can still see your name. Oh, no, I can get it from the PayPal, my darling. I just didn't know if you sent it on PayPal or not. Oh, shit. Just listening. That's fair, boo. That's fair. I'm finding loads of tarot decks I forgot I had today. Literally. I'm good, thank you. How are you? So, Michelle. So, Michelle, a few things moved, so will you still need... Oh, a few things moved, so will I still need to resign from C this month? Let's see. No, you're not... Oh, no, my darling, you're not. Okay, since the few things have moved, no. I feel like it is turning into your favour, and I feel like it is still going to work in your favour. So what I would say here is I feel like you are safe now. I don't see any negatives happening for you at all. Okay, so I feel like it is going to stay successful. I feel like you are going to be successful. Okay, my darling. So what I would say here is no. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, my darling. You are fine. You are safe. Okay. 2, when are you like to be in a relationship? Let's see. I feel like you're about to be in a relationship within the next month and a half. And 3, what's Anthony's current energy, thoughts, and feelings towards you, and what to expect in the next few days/weeks. Let's have a wee look. Let's see what you get, my darling. Let's see. Thank you for the fast pop, my darling. Thank you. Thank you, my sweetie pie. So what I would say here is I feel like there's going to be a conversation between the both of you. I feel like he is going to show his true love. I feel like he's sort of praying for you, my darling. I feel like he's trying to pray for you, trying to be honest about you. I feel like he is talking to his belief system. Okay, we're going to call it that so I don't insult anyone. And I feel like he's trying to get answers. I feel like he's looking for the relationship with you, and I feel like you can see the true love between the both of you. I feel like you can see it working between the both of you, and I feel like he's definitely trying to make it work, okay? What I would say here for you, my darling, is yes, he's being a little held back. Yes, he's struggling, but I feel like he is coming in, and I feel like he is going to make it work. What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he is trusting in himself, okay? I feel like he is trusting for the love as well from himself, my darling, okay? I feel like within the next few weeks, I feel like there's going to be a meeting between the both of you, so I feel like there is going to be success between the both of you as well. Sound like a bloody swan or goose coughing. What I would also say for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's going to come in. I feel like he's trying to choose his direction or the correct direction between the both of you. And I feel like there is a struggle with that bit, okay, my darling? What I would also say here is I feel like he's trying to be as honest as he can with you. Okay, he knows that you are the correct partner for him, and I feel like he can see that you two are the correct partner. Okay, he's just trying to work into making it work. Okay, he's trying to work in making it come forwards. Okay, my darling. What I would also say for you as well, my darling, is I feel like he's trying to read off the same hymn sheet as you. Okay, he's trying to work off the same hymn sheet as you, and I feel like you will be successful in doing so. Yes, it's going to take time for that to work out, but I feel like you will, okay, my darling? So we do see success coming for the both of you. We do see success working around you. Okay. What I would say here for you, though, my darling, I'm doing good, thank you, my darling. What I would say here for you, though, my darling, is I feel like you need to be more assertive, and I feel so do you. I feel like you're lighting the way. Okay, you're making it easier for him to follow. But what I would say here is that you need to be the one to now sit back. Okay. You need to be the one to sit back and let him come forwards. Okay, my darling, let him come forwards to understand. Okay. And I feel like you will have the success. I feel like you need to let go of your past though and start running away from the dark. Okay, you don't have the correct torch yet to see what he is showing. Um, and what I would say here is this is why you have to let him come forwards to you now. Okay. You're a bit of a daydreamer, my darling. You're going down the steps and not looking at where you're going, and I feel like that's because you're not focusing on what you need to. You're looking at everything from a different angle and not the same angle. So what I would say here is you need to stop daydreaming, my darling. You need to see reality and you need to move on from the reality, okay? And let yourself be seen, let yourself be known. And I feel once you do that, he will come running in, okay, my darling? Does that make sense? Well, I'm glad that made sense. You're very welcome, my darling. Hello, my dear. Oh, almost did it again and I almost managed to trap a ring to my finger. Right, do I have Angel? You donated on Buy Me a Coffee for Celtic Cross. Do I have Angel? Hello, Boo. What would you like your reading on? You have a Celtic Cross. I know, Umbo, you'll be soon, my darling. I do have a list, my dear. I do have a list. You're soon, Tia, you're soon. So, after yesterday, what is coming from Q towards you and your connection this month? Let's see. Nothing much. I'm going to lie. Nothing much, my darling. Okay. I feel this is the month of understanding and reworking oneself. Okay, with them. Okay, this is trying to find the balance and regain the balance. Okay. But at the same time, I also feel this month is more the understanding of oneself and how one works. Okay, I feel this is the month of where your communication gets better with each other. But at the same time, it's the month of where you need to stop begging each other. Okay, this is where you need to both work out how to work with each other. Okay, reflect on each other. At the same time, I feel like this is the month of regaining control of yourself. Okay, and him regaining control of himself. Okay, this is going to require a lot of work for you guys to work it out and for you guys to make it work well. And this is going to create a lot of pain. I don't think it's going to be anything too hard. What I would say here, though, is it is going to be something that entices you guys to get a little bit friskier with each other through words, but at the same time become a little bit more lovey. Okay, you guys are a little bit boring. I'm not going to lie. Okay, you guys are quite boring with each other. If you're a book, the people will be asking for a refund. Okay. I feel like in your relationship, this is the month where you make it a little bit more fun, a bit more enjoyable, and where you both enjoy it, not just the singular. Okay. Does that make sense? I know it's harsh, but I don't care. If I'm harsh, I'm harsh. Does that make sense? How does he feel about yesterday? Well, if we're looking at the same cards, because I can't draw anymore, I would say that he does feel fine about yesterday. I wouldn't really say there's any regret. Um, I'm good, thank you, Amy. I feel like it could have gone better with the both of you. Okay. What I would say here is the feelings of yesterday are, how do I put this politely? Mediocre. Nothing too special. Okay. I feel like this is where understanding isn't quite there. Okay. I'm trying to say it politely because I don't want to get banned on TikTok. Put it this way, you're here jumping off the cliff yesterday, okay, going all out for him, being all out with yourself, okay, but he's there being a little bit reserved. He's the dog, he's the beach that just holds back, okay. He's going slow, you're going a little faster. So I think yesterday was more trying to understand the compromise between the both of you, I'd say. I feel like he started seeing the true you, which he was happy about, but nothing other than that, really. Does that make sense? It's quite a hard question to answer with only 10 cards, not gonna lie. Yeah. That makes sense, Boo. I hate the fact that social media has become such a snowflake, I can't say what I want to really say. Like with the harshness. You're welcome. It's what I would normally say would be classed as cyberbullying, and I get banned. Being too harsh. Hello, Rainforest. Please don't cry, Boo. I love you, but I don't love it when people cry. I'm not that famous. I'm not that important. You don't need to cry for joining my live. I'm just me. If you'd like a question, yes or no is a free. Anything else is paid. Link in bio, link in description. Or exclamation mark link. How do I spell? Angel. We knackered today. Right, let's see who I've got next. I want to use this deck now. Right. Do I have Page? Do I have Page? Celtic Cross. And while I wait for that rainforest, let's get you a positive. You need one. When I can find the cards. Let's go this. Wow, I was high pitched. So rainforest is your positive card, boo. So rainforest. Leave a legacy. I honor my magical creations. Like a star shooting across the night sky, I leave a train of memorable, sparkly impressions. Okay, that is your card. Yeah, hope that helps you, boo. Joey, I've not done your reading yet, my darling. No. Is there 3 answers for yes or no's? Yes. So, Pisces still didn't reply back about the trip, don't worry, but contacted you saying he's been under the weather this week. That's fine, boo. Is he telling me the truth or being avoidant? Will he still end up going? Change to day trip. Change it to day trip. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's see. So I feel like he really does want to go on the trip with you, my darling. I really do feel, Henry, thank you for the follow on YouTube. And I feel like he will go on the trip with you. I feel like it will take some time for him to answer about it, and I feel like he's really trying to be clear. Okay. What I would say though is I feel like it was true about the under weather. I feel like he does want to go on it, but I don't think he's going to be able to make it due to being under the weather, my darling. Okay. What I would say here is if you could change the trip to a day that might be a bit easier, or ask him when an easier day might be, I think the answer would be a true straight yes. But I feel while he's under the weather, my darling, I would say maybe this trip he's going to miss it, but he'll join you on the next one. Okay. What I would say here is I don't feel like that's a complete negative. I don't feel like that's a complete burden or negativity or badness. What I would say here is I feel like he was looking forward to going on the trip with you. I feel like he wanted to. I feel like this is all he's been able to think about for the last few weeks, my darling. I just feel like he's gone through a negative spiral with his health and he actually can't make it. I think that is the truth from him. Okay, and I feel like he's been the most truthful, the most upright truthful with what he's saying there, and I don't actually think that he's lying or anything like that. Okay, I really do think that he is being honest. And I feel like he really does feel bad. Okay, and he wishes that he could make it on the trip. He wishes that he could have been there with you. But no, I genuinely feel that he has been ill. What I would also say here as well, my darling, is I feel like he feels very loyal and very close to you. And being ill here isn't making him any happier. I feel like it is bringing him quite big sorrow. And what I would say here is I feel like if he could change how he's feeling, he really would, my darling. And I do feel like he would really go on that trip with you if he could. Okay, does that make sense? Umbra, I think you're next, my darling. Maybe Rainforest, maybe, my darling. Let me do the last two readings and I'll let you know, okay, boo? Tia, that would have to be another reading, my darling, because I'd have to reshuffle for the Celtic Cross. I would. The Celtic Cross can only take one question, sorry, my darling. Sorry, boo. It's only because of the cards it has and shit. It just can't do that sort of many questions at once. One of my favourite ways of readings, but it doesn't like too many questions in one. You're welcome, my darling. So, Umba, what would you like your reading on, babe? I'll check how much you paid for. I just smashed my phone in the process as well at the same time. It's fine. And Umba, can you let me know what you've paid on? Just because I don't think your username is the same as your name on the other platform. Was it PayPal? And if so, what was your PayPal first name? Thank you, my darling. That makes my life so much easier. Found it. So, where's the energy with Alexander and you at the moment? He said wanted to sort of distance himself to work away from being in our current situation and stay as friends instead. I just wanted to know if this would really happen or things develop to being back together. Okay, we can sort that. We can have a look at that. I don't know why I'm swapping decks, but I'm only swapping to the other version of this one. Just fancy a bigger deck. Right, let's have a look. Actually, I've got a better one to use for you. Thank you for the cake slice, my darling. Got a better one to use. First time. Right, let's have a look at what you get, boo. Let's see. I'll answer that one in a second, Boo, because I have a very old-fashioned view on it, and I'm not sure you're going to like what I have to say. So, with your relationship, my darling, I feel like it is going to get stronger. I feel like it is going to be worked out. I feel like right now he just doesn't feel like he's got a place in your life. He feels like it's a bit up in the air, a little bit everywhere. So I feel like right now he is going through a bit of a massive struggle. I feel like he really does want it to work between the both of you. I feel like he really does want it to succeed. Um, I feel like he just doesn't have a belonging at the moment. Okay. I feel like he just doesn't feel like he belongs. I feel like it could be mended, but I feel like you both need this break right now. Okay. So what I would say here is wait. Okay. Wait, my darling, because I feel like you will succeed. I feel like it will get there. But I feel like he does need this break. He does need this time to himself. He does need this understanding to himself. Okay. So I feel like you will succeed in a romantic way, and I feel like you will be back in a relationship with him. I do think you will work in a relationship with him, my darling. I would just say at the moment it's time for him to just take that break. Okay, be himself again. Because I feel like that's where he's struggling, is he just doesn't feel like himself. Okay, but I don't think that he wants to admit that because he doesn't want to help trying to find himself again. Okay, so I feel like he doesn't want to be honest about that. What I would say here for you, my darling, is I feel like he is going to succeed. I feel like he is going to get better. I feel like he is going to understand himself more. And once he gets into that understanding, that is when he's going to work. Okay, that is when he's going to get the balance back. What I would also say this as well is he's trying to find a more passionate side to himself. Because right now I feel like he's too masculine. Okay, and with the fact that he's been a little bit too masculine, he's not showing any passionate side. Okay, but you need the feminine side to become more passionate. You do. And I don't think that he owns that side of him yet. Okay, so this is why he's holding back. This is why he's not showing his true self at the moment. And I feel like he's overthinking the situation, he's overthinking the relationship as well. What I would also say to this as well, my darling, is I feel like he's trying to refine himself and his community. I feel once he refines himself in the community is when he refines the situation. At the same time, I feel like he's trying to work out his future, his past, but he's not looking at the here and now, which is why he's become a little bit toxic with oneself and with other people. Okay, and that is just because he can't find his true heart or true self. I feel like he's trying to refine the knowing for himself. Okay, because he doesn't feel blessed, he doesn't feel loved, and he doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. Okay, I feel like this is what's hurting him is the fact that he doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. Okay, he feels lost, absolutely lost. So it's almost like he's trying to rebuild himself so he can refine the balance in oneself as well. I don't think it's time for you two to end completely, so I don't think that you guys will. I don't think that you guys will disappear. Okay. But I do think that it will take time for you guys to work it out and be with. Okay. I feel once you do work it out, you will get there and you will be with each other. Okay, my darling, you will succeed with each other. Like I've said, he's just not ready to come to the edge yet. He's not ready to find oneself yet. And I feel like he's not getting enough sleep for his body. He's not getting enough understanding for his body either, which is causing stress on himself because he's not being able to heal. Okay, he's got no relaxation, which is creating the struggle as well, my darling. Okay, he doesn't know how to relax. Okay, um, I feel like he's taken some time to meditate because he feels like he's going round in circles. And he knows that when he's going round in circles, he cannot be in a relationship because he cannot be loyal. And I feel like he doesn't want to break your heart by cheating. So what he's doing is he's making sure that he takes time for himself so that he can become loyal again. Once he becomes loyal with himself, he can become loyal with you and stick with you and stay with you. Once that happens, that is when you guys will be perfect together. And I feel like that is when you guys will stick together and stay together. And I feel like that is when you guys will work it together, my darling, okay? And that is when it will make sense for you guys to actually be in the relationship with each other and succeed with each other, my darling, okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, does that reading make sense, Boo? You're very welcome, my darling. You're very welcome. I'm using cards I haven't used for ages. I mean, I've got 300 of them. I might as well start using all of them. Ba, 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 ba. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, shite. Hello, Zoe. How are you, my darling? Do I have Joa next, please, for one card? Oh no. 1 and a 5. And that's it. Oh, Rainforest, do you still want your 5-minute reading, my darling? Or do I have Joa? 155. Right, I'm going to close my list, my darlings. Only because I'm getting a little tired and I've still got to work on a bar tonight. I don't want to be an asshole tonight to the clients. So I'm going to try and keep my awakeness. Hello, Joa. What would you like your question on, Boo? So, do you see R and W still on talking terms and meeting up again as a couple when she comes back from holiday next month? Or is it game over? Let's see. Is it game over? Let's see. No, it's not game over. Not for you, at least. It's game over for them, not for you. Okay, they're playing a game that isn't designed for them at the moment. So what I would say is you're fine. I would say third party is going to be removed. Okay. That third party is going to be removed. That third party is not going to stay, boo. Okay, and I know you paid for one card, but one card is not enough. I want to pull from the angels as well. Okay. So let me pull from the angels. Oh my god, you know I'm making it on Big O. I've got my first troll. You know how we're always getting someone on TikTok going, oh, you can't do this. It's Jesus is watching. We finally got that on Big O. ID 109-482-4706. You don't want to get in that argument with me because I can tell you now I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat you with it. Okay, I can beat your ass with that Bible and I will beat you with it, my darling, okay? I'll beat you at every argument you try with that, trust me. Don't try it. Yeah, I would say it is game over for them, my darling. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Love it. Okay, if you look here, Okay, they're in a dark time, my darling. Okay, what I would say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel it's almost like they've been in. How do I put it? Um, Denial. Okay. They've almost been manifesting the wrong thing because they've been delusional. Okay. And I feel like they've stayed delusional, my darling, which is suggesting why it's not going to work between the both of them. Is because they're a bunch of people with delusions. Okay. You are the only one for her. And I feel like she is just not seeing the truth. And I feel like she's been delusional. She is working as a demon. You're working as an angel. You guys will work out because you're playing the right game and she'll be joining you very soon. Okay, my darling? Does that make sense? He did spells on her. They won't work, my darling. They won't work. Mm. Mm. But yeah, don't worry. You'll be safe, my darling. Okay, you guys will get back in that relationship before you know it. Okay, my darling? Does that all make sense, boo? You're very welcome, my darling. Rainforest and Adama are next. So whichever one answers first is going next. Rainforest, what would you like your question on, boo? Going for the heart, me. Subi, guess what? Guess what? I'm streaming on Bigo, and I got my first troll. I'm happy. And do you know the irony? The troll is a developer of the fucking app. How fucked is that? Just need a general on us, and finances, and I love, oh, and love, but finances for sure. Okay, my darling, we can do that. We can do that. We can have a look at that, boom. Let's see what you get. You ready for harsh? You ready for harsh reading? Don't worry, my darling spirits know what you mean. Don't worry. So, my darling, okay, your finances are doing fine, my darling, but you gotta learn to breathe. You gotta learn to be yourself because you're realizing that you're not being blessed right now because even though you're putting all the hard work in, you're giving up. Your symphony is not finished, okay? Your symphony is still going. You haven't finished your masterpiece yet. The day you finish your masterpiece is when your life ends, when you die. Okay, when you become a sack of flesh under the ground, that is when your symphony is over. Your symphony is still going, and that's what you got to realize, okay, my darling? What I would say here is you're just finding your community. You're still finding your community. You're still finding your love, and that is what you got to realize, my darling, is you're going to be successful no matter what. What I would also say here as well, my darling, is I feel like you got a lot of conflict inside of you, okay? We need to remove that conflict, my darling, because you're going to have more success than you think. Just remove that conflict from yourself and start manifesting positively, my darling. Start believing in yourself positively. What I would also say here as well, my darling, is the community is coming. You've got a deeper knowing of what's happening. You know what's going on. You know what's coming, but you're choosing not to see it because you're scared. Okay, my darling, you're scared and you're scared to accept reality. Okay, you want to mend things, but at the same time you don't because you're scared that if you mend it, it's not going to be the same as it originally was. And I feel like you want to go back to the past. Well, honey, let me wake you up. You can't go back to the past. Okay, the past is the past for a reason. You need to go to the present and the future. You need to make the present and the future work in your favor and work in the way it's meant to be. Okay, so what I would say here is if you want that financial help, you make it happen. You don't give them a reason to decline it. Okay, my darling, you make sure you have every single bit of evidence to the point where they can't decline you help. Okay. You want that boyfriend back? You make it happen. You get that boyfriend back, girl. You run for it, you earn it, you make it, okay? And you will get it, okay? But you have to stay positive with yourself and you have to make yourself work, okay? You have to make yourself more honest and more workable. Okay, you have to believe in oneself to be workable. You have to move with oneself to be workable. Okay, you need to become your most passionate you can have because you need to realize that you are not alone and that luck is coming your way. We do have orphaned, and yes, you feel alone right now, my darling, but oh my god, you are not. Okay, you are not. You have people around you, you have community around you. All you've got to do is ask for help and they will help you. The problem is you don't want to ask for help because you are scared that if you get the help, people are going to think less of you. Okay, they are not. Okay, whether it's family, whether it's friends, you still need to ask for help from them, my darling. Okay, you can't keep declining it when you clearly need it. Okay, and that goes the same for your lovers. If you need help with your love life, you make it happen. You go to your guardian angels, your spirit guide, your God, and you go, I need help with this love. Can you help me with it? Show me what I need to do and show me where I need to go. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you got to trust him, my darling. You got to trust him. He is going to do that. Okay, he is coming back to you and he is going to co-create with you, my darling. He is going to work with you. Okay, but you need to keep manifesting. Okay, you need to keep manifesting, manifesting, manifesting. Okay, you need to realize when it's time to go and manifest for yourself. Start doing stuff for yourself, my darling. Okay, you're about to get that leg up. I can tell you now he is being as honest as he can with you. He is being loyal with you, my darling, and he is not moving away from you. Okay, and that is what you got to realize is he is not going anywhere without you. Okay, he is not going anywhere without you, my darling. Okay, he loves you too much. He wants you too much. Okay, I can tell you now you're no longer going to... Bleh. Speaking so fast, I can't talk now. You're no longer going to be working by yourself, and you're no longer going to be by yourself, my darling. Okay, he has chosen the direction. The direction includes you, okay, my darling? The direction is coming by your side 10 times fold. He is coming by your side 10 times fold. He is going to work it with you, my darling. Okay, he has been imagining you for ages while he has been doing his healing. Okay, and that's the same with your finances. Is as you are doing your healing, you are going to get your finances as well. Okay, my darling, does that make sense? I can breathe now. I feel like you're going to get back pay. I don't think your job's going to pay. Thank you for the follow. You'll get back pay, but I don't think your job's going to pay. Okay, but back pay, I do see back pay coming in. Okay. Does that make sense, my darling? Hey, at least he's being honest now. Sometimes you have to wait for the best. Thank you for the follow. Sometimes you have to wait for the best to come in, my darling, even if that means waiting years. 23 years for some of us. Okay, at least he is now being honest, my darling. Okay, you are still young. Okay, you are still in your 20s. Okay, remember that. Okay, your heart is still in your 20s. Okay, your birth year might not be, but your heart is. Okay, my darling. So you have to remember wherever your heart is where you are. Okay, and you have to follow it. How can I have so many decks and lose my decks? Honestly, someone please explain this to me. How can I have so many decks and still lose my decks? Can't get my hand on that. Honey, how can I say your age if I don't know your actual age? How can I say your age if I don't know your age? Oh, I'm doing good, thank you, my darling. Daddy, are we doing two decks? No, I just used one. I just used one. Will the $6 million contract close this month? Let's see. Yes, it will close this month, my darling. How old am I? I'm 21 years of age, my darling. And I'm gay. Just making that very clear. But yeah, that will make sense, my darling. Main first, you have to remember, I've got negative memory, okay? My memory is bad. So, me remembering your age, that'd be a miracle. That would be a miracle if I remember anyone's age. I can't remember my own parents' age. I can just about remember my own age. Half the time I think I'm still 16. Yes, I did wear the wreath earring, my darling. Half the time I still think I'm 16 and I'm actually 20, 21. So, I can see your questions, my darling, but my list is closed, which means no more questions. Okay. But yeah, does that make sense, Rainforest, before I move on to Adama? Well, I used two decks in two different videos. I did. So I used it on. I used the new Angel Guardians deck in one video, and then I used my new Witchcraft Oracle in another video. I did. No one's filtered. I'm just not taking any more questions, apart from the people that are paid. So if I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm not doing any more questions. It's why I've got the list is closed. That's right, Alicia. Do I have a Dharma? The last reading of the night? Massive spider in the bathroom? Oh no, you can't go and take your shit now. Hello, Adama. What would you like your reading on, Boo? I don't know what this deck is, but this is what I'm using. The one where you had to tell people not to combine. Oh, that deck. I don't actually. I did use two different decks there in that video. And one of them wasn't the right size, but it worked. Still got around what I wanted to. I still can't believe I have to make a video on that for people to knock some sense into their stupid little heads. But clearly I do. Thanks for the follow. Hello, Elga. I haven't seen you at all, Helga. Sorry, boo. But yeah, Dama, what would you like your reading on, please? Or would you just like a general? How am I? I'm good, thank you, my darling. How are you? I honestly don't even know what the deck is I'm using. What am I using? Spellcasting Oracle. General, okie dokie. You know when you just have like so many questions, like so many decks, and then you forget what deck you're using, like the name of it? You're rolling on that video. You're very welcome, my darling. So let's see what you get, Adama. So, oh, my darling. Okay, you need to be focusing on yourself, but you got all the answers that you need, but you need to be focusing on your well-being, and your healing. Okay, I feel like you got some mountains that are coming for you due to the storms that are coming near you. Okay, but I feel like it is going to get better. I feel like it is going to get easier. I feel like you're strong. But I feel like you need to look at your financial side as well as like your strength side, okay? You need to look at what people are trying to manipulate you and remove them, okay? You don't need those people in your life. I feel like you need to remove the manipulators, my darling, because they're not going to help you out at all. What I would also say here for you as well is you need to do a little bit of reflection because I feel like you're very smart. I feel like you're very positive, but we need to look at the reflection on your third eye, my darling. We also need to look at your tranquility as well and where you can go to get your tranquility, okay, my darling? Yes, you do, Rainforest, my darling. Once you find the tranquility and where you work from, what you're good at, you need to start forgiving yourself a little bit more, okay, my darling? Give yourself that forgiveness that you deserve, okay? Open yourself to success, to joy, okay? What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is I feel like you need to empower yourself ever so slightly more. Okay, empower yourself and enjoy yourself, okay, my darling, because there will be success coming your way. There will be joy coming your way as well. What I would also say here for you as well, my sweetie, is I feel although you feel a little bit dumbfounded, you feel like your success isn't always there, okay, Adama, you need to believe in yourself more. Okay. And this will help you with your love life as well. This will bring more success into your love life as well. Okay. What I would also say here as well is I feel like your career is doing quite well. I feel like you're finding your community, which is very well as well. Okay, but you need to learn to walk away from your past. You need to learn to bring yourself closure. Okay, and close those damn doors. Okay, when they're not giving you any help. Okay, my darling, when you need to find your peace of mind and your clarity, you need to close those doors. Okay, and you need to remove all the negativity. Okay, my darling, because you don't need it. What I would also say to you as well, my darling, is find your animal spirit, but at the same time, find your truth. Your animal guides will guide you in where you need to go to make sure that you are safe and make sure that you are successful. What I would also say here for you as well, my darling, is honesty is the key with oneself as well for one to succeed. Once you find your key, you will have your succession. Okay, so find your key, my darling. Find, 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 find. I sounded German then. I sounded German then, I really did. But yeah, to find your success, you need to open up to yourself more. Okay, my darling? Open up to yourself more. Okay? Oh, let's get you another deck. Okay? Because I feel like you'll be very successful. I feel like you will find a lot of joy. But you have to open up to yourself more. Okay? You have to believe in yourself more. Okay. What I would say here is reflection is very good for you as well, especially when you're regrowing yourself, okay? At the same time, I do feel like a little bit of chamomile tea can help you relax a little bit as well. Okay, I feel like that will give you a lot of relaxation as well, my darling, okay? I feel like you need to be a little bit more gentle on yourself. Okay, be a little bit more gentle, my darling. Okay. Do you have any lavender? I feel like lavender will help you out as well, my sweetie. Okay, if you've got any lavender, I feel like that will help. What I'd also say here for you as well is balance. Okay, you need a little bit more loyalty in your life, okay? Find people that can give you the loyalty that you deserve, because I can tell you now you're going through a hard path. Okay, this path isn't going to be hard for long, but you need to accept help when it's necessary. Okay, I feel like you're going to be a little bit misted up, or you're not always going to see where you're going, okay? And I don't think that that's a negative thing. I think that that is actually quite helpful. I think that that will guide you, my darling, okay? What I would say here is cleanse yourself, though, okay? Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Okay, that will guide you a little bit as well, my darling, okay? At the same time, I'd also say here is I feel like you got a few paths to cross, a few new ways that might not be understood straight away. But I feel like this will bring you the success, okay, my darling, as you grow. Once you grow a little bit more, I feel like you will become more successful in life in general. I feel like you're very strong, okay? Very, very strong. And I feel like there's a lot of luck coming your way and a lot of warmth. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of family vibes coming your way as well, my darling. Okay. What I would say here though is you need a little bit of patience, my darling. Okay. Watch your health as well. Okay, watch your health. Okay. What I would say here though for you, my sweet, is you need to watch out for your sorrow. Okay, watch out for sorrow. Okay, boo. As soon as times get hard, accept help and you won't go into sorrow mode. Okay, and find your fruits. Okay, you've got a lot of abundance and success coming your way, my darling, especially as you look into your future. Okay, you will succeed. Okay, boo, does that make sense? You're very welcome, my darling. Um, who is asking if they can write on their deck or edit their deck? Who was asking? Someone was asking. I forgot to answer it. Are they still here? So I'll quickly answer that before I go. Because that's a good question, but I'm slightly insulted by it. Who was asking that question? They wanted to know if they can like personalize their deck. Who want to know if they can personalize their deck? They're not here now. But what I say now in the live is straight up no. You cannot draw on your deck. You cannot add a new backing to your deck. You cannot cut your deck to remove the borders. Okay. You cannot do anything to your deck apart from shuffle it, use it, and read it. Okay. Thank you for the follow. However, if you do want to add a little bit of customization to your deck, you can get it a bag. Okay. So get a bag designed for the deck that is useful for the deck. And that is the only way you can edit your deck in any which way, shape, or form. As that is all you can do. Okay. But to draw on it, it's an insult to the deck. It is, if you really want to draw on a deck, go make your own deck, publish the deck, and then draw on it. Okay? But you do not draw and you do not cut decks that other people have made. If the person that was creating the deck wanted it borderless, they would have made it borderless. Okay, in short. So, like I say, don't edit it, don't touch it in any way or shape or form like that at all. Okay? If it was meant to be like that, it would have been made like that. Okay. So, as I always say, never, ever, ever, ever edit decks. Okay. For example, can I find one that I've got? Here's one. The Tarot of Angels, before I go. Here we go. So let's say I love the border, don't get me wrong. But let's say I didn't like the fact that it was bordered. And I wouldn't cut it off. I'd look for a borderless edition. Okay. The moment you cut it off, one, you destroy the backing. Completely destroy it. Two, you destroy the imagery. And 3, the border is there for a reason. It was created with the border, so you keep the border. Okay, if you didn't like the border, you don't buy the deck. Simple as. Okay, if you want to draw star signs on it so you can learn the star signs, get a bloody starter deck. Simple as. Okay, if you want times and dates, get a starter deck. Simple as. Okay. Simples. But never ever drawing your deck, never cut your deck, never harm your deck. You're insulting the deck and you're insulting the tarot. Okay? That's my personal opinion. Now, you get other people that will go against me and go, no, you can edit your decks, you can do this to that and this and that. I'm traditional, I'm old-fashioned. Don't edit your decks. End of story. If it's for TikTok, one of my tarot readers I do follow, they have drawn on the deck, they've added bikinis. Because TikTok doesn't like nude photos. So if it's artwork, it hates it. Even if it's a tarot deck, it does not like the nude because it's like, no, you're showing 18 plus. Honey, is art. Deal with it. Okay? So that's my opinion. Anyway, I am going to pop off now. I'm tired. I want to go and eat. And I want to relax before I go and work on a bar. So toodle pip for now. Have a lovely rest of your evening, afternoon, or start to your weekend, wherever you are. Toodle pip for now. And thank you all so much for your support. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye for now. Mwah.